Hey Yins, how you doing today? It's Monday, March 29th, 2021. Yesterday was Palm Sunday. And this is going to be my last Exuding Kindness Floss Tube daily, but not really daily video, because I definitely fell off the bandwagon of daily videos. Hope you are all well. It is a beautiful, sunny, yet extremely breezy, breezy is an understatement, gale force windy day. Not really gale force. I'm now over exaggerating. It is an extremely windy day here today in southern Jersey, New Jersey, not the Isle of Jersey, if you are in England. And like you couldn't tell by my accent. Anyways, it is very, very sunny yet breezy here in New Jersey, United States of America. Squirrel. And it's a Monday. It is a Monday that it's a Monday. Anyways, so today I thought I would go ahead and wrap up all the loose ends that I have regarding any of my videos, which really only have one loose end. And that is the giveaway that I had discussed a couple weeks, 2 weeks ago, just under, regarding these ties, which are extremely strong. So in one of my recent videos, I had asked you to tell me what your favorite color was, and if you told me what your favorite color was, you were entered in a giveaway to receive these ties, which you could then use for your Q-snaps, your hoops. You can use them to tie your electronic cords for all I care. You can use them to tie your chip bags if you want to put them on your chip bags to keep your chips from going stale. You can do whatever you want with these ties once you get them in your hands. But they're in my hands right now because I need to announce the giveaway winner. So the winner of the purple and pink silicone magnetic ties is thanks to Letitia, the crafty curator, who gave me a big package and said I can give a few away because I have more than enough, and these are my least desirable colors, personally. Laura Fernandez, whose favorite color is any shade of blue. You are the winner of the pink and purple. Unfortunately, there is no blue in this, but you could make purple out of blue. So congratulations, Laura Fernandez. If you will go ahead and email me your address, and I will get these shipped off to you. My email is in the information section below. And you can go ahead and get these, the sooner you get me your email, I will get this off to you in the mail. So congratulations, and thank you all for your continued emails, comments in the comment section on all my videos. I am definitely behind on reading the comments. And also, thank you to all of those of you who have clicked on the link below that is a Buy Me a Coffee and have supported the channel through the Buy Me a Coffee link. It is not required, but I do truly appreciate your help, because your links like Buy Me a Coffee is going to help pay for the postage of giveaways such as this or other things that I have planned in the near future. So I do truly appreciate it. So without further ado, let's talk about a few of the things that is going on around my apartment. One of the things is one of my plants. Now, I don't think I've ever talked about this plant since I've got it, since I purchased it. I purchased this back in February. I think I purchased this at the beginning of February. It was a February monthly special from Logi's, which is the now my favorite greenhouse, which I really wish I would have never learned about. But this is a tropical, well, I don't know if it's, maybe it's tropical. I guess it's tropical. This is called a Streptocarpus Salmon Sunset. So Streptocarpus is in the African violet primrose family. It's advertised as a primrose, but it's really more closely related to an African violet than a primrose, even though you take care of it the same way as you would a primrose or an African violet. And what I am super excited about is a couple things. One, let me put this back in here so I know what it's called. So it gets these really, really pretty flowers, similar to an African violet that grows up, just like an African violet. One thing that I'm really excited about is the fact that I actually had to cut this leaf off because it was rotting from the bottom when it was a little bit of damage from shipping. But this leaf here, as well as this leaf here, they've like quadrupled in size since I've gotten it. So you can see this is one of my self-watering tanks, so pots. Here's the container so you can see how much water is in here. And what's really neat is what I am super excited, and I don't know how well you are going to be able to see. Yeah, right here by my finger is, right there, a flower bud, a flower spike. So it's going to flower very soon, and I am so excited. I've yet to see this flower in person. I've seen a picture, but I've not gotten to see this flower in person yet. And this has thrown out a whole bunch of new leaves. All of these small leaves are all brand new leaves since I've gotten it. The only leaves that are that came with it are these really big ones, and like these couple right here. And of course this one here as well that I actually had to cut off because it was rotting from the end. A little bit of damage. It was shipped in the middle of winter, so there was a little bit of cold damage and box damage. So I am super excited about that. I have it in my window on my plant stand, and it gets nice west facing sunlight, and I am really, really pleased with this plant. It's actually much easier to care for than my African violet, and I kind of like the leaves better. So we'll see what the blooms look like when it actually blooms. When it actually blooms, I will take pictures and put them on Instagram. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, go check me out over there at ginger.gerald.stitcher. I often post pictures of my flowers, stitching, when I do stitch, knitting, all those different types of things. My travels, which I haven't really gotten to travel, because who gets to travel right now in this world? So go check me out on Instagram. The only thing I have to show you, crafting progress. Let me take a drink of coffee. My tongue is getting ahead of me. Squirrel. The only thing I have to show you, crafting wise, is I have two pieces that I framed up yesterday. So I've not done any stitching. I might have done like 3 rounds of knitting yesterday on my sweater. I had some friends over for dinner yesterday, so I did a whole bunch of cooking. So you would think that I would wait and cook tomorrow or next week because it's Easter, but I had a couple friends over I made a pot roast with potatoes and carrots. I also had a whole bunch of vegetables left over because I went to a local produce store, which is like wholesale vegetable prices, and you get a whole bunch of vegetables, and I needed to use them up before they go bad. So I made a big pot of vegetable soup, and I had some pork dumplings, like wonton style dumplings, that I dumped in there as well. So I kind of made like vegetable wonton soup type thing, kind of like my own little creation. So cabbage, carrot, onion type thing. It was really good. I took some to lunch today to school for lunch. So I made that for everyone to take home with them for leftovers for the week. So I just was like kind of a cooking frenzy yesterday. Of course, I had to clean the house before they all came over. So I was just kind of in the mood to cook yesterday. So I didn't have any crafting time yesterday. And of course, yesterday was Palm Sunday, so I had to go down to the church to Zoom film our Palm Sunday service. So I didn't really have any time to craft. But I do have 2 pieces that I framed up yesterday. Now these I bought the frames on Etsy. I don't remember the name of the framing store. And if you just give me one second, I will tell you the name of the framing store, because right here's my phone and I can tell you. The name of the framing store is Craig Frames, Craig Frames, all one word, Craig Frames. These are 8x10 frames that basically I took the glass out. Not basically, I took the glass out. I don't know why I keep throwing in those extra words that I don't need to use. I took the glass out because if I would have left the glass in, I wouldn't have been able to secure the backing. And I used my own foam core that I had, and I framed up my buzzards. So these are going to be for work, and I didn't do an overly stellar job. I didn't even lace them. I pinned them basically on one side on the center of each side, and then taped them with my framer's tape on the back, pulled them tight so they look decent on the front, and called it a day. And I'm happy with them. So they're not perfectly straight in all the little spots, but because of the way that these look, they do the job. So here is, I don't need all these problems. This was the first finish, and this was, even down here, if you look at the signature, it's not perfectly flat, but I'm perfectly fine with that. So that is the first one. I don't need all these problems. It's nice and super lightweight, so it'll hang nicely on the wall at work. I love the color, so it's like a bronzy brown, so it'll match my gold wall of animals. So this is going to go on. So say this is my Riolis wall of animals. It's going to go over here, like back here on this wall, at my office. So it'll be on an adjacent but side wall right by my office door. Like basically, like if I have somebody looking at me in the office, so people who are in the hot seat at my desk will be looking at these. So they will be reminded that I don't need all their problems. No, just kidding. But really. But anyways, so, and of course, if you were not following me at the time that I stitched these back at the beginning of the year, welcome. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. I'm Gerald. And please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below so that you can continue getting all the updates that I post out. And hit that bell button beside the subscribe button so you make sure you hit those, that you get the updates. Anyways, these patterns are from the 80s. I think this one was 85. The next one's 86. And my mom stitched these same patterns for my dad back in probably the 80s. And they hung in my dad's office whenever he had an office outside of the home. And so I wanted to stitch them, but modernize them a little bit for my office. So instead of using white Aida like my mom used, I used blue even weave. And this is a 28 count, I think it's called gray green even weave of Exude designs, but it is more of a blue tint. So you can see a little bit of wonkiness right here, but I kind of like that. So there we go. That is number 1 of the buzzards. And number 2 is go ahead, make my day. And so that is the 2 buzzards framed and ready to go. So again, no glass. I'm fine with that. I typically, like if they're really fancy piece, not that this isn't really fancy, but if they're a whole lot of stitching, a whole lot of work, I like to have glass or something to protect it. But since this is just a little bit more of a, dare I say, basic piece, I'm fine with no glass. So here are the 2 pieces together. And so they will go on the wall probably like this, or maybe like this. And there we go. So I'm very, very pleased. I am quite pleased with how my framing turned out. So there we go. 2 buzzards. If you ask my brother, he's going to say 3 buzzards. But 2 buzzards, very happy with how they turned out. I think they look modern for 2021 for a 1985 and 86 pattern. I really like the frames that I picked out. Again, you can see there, it's a nice wooden frame and they are wood. They're a wood wood laminate, I guess you'd say. So yeah. So there we go. That is my finishes for the day. And that's all she wrote. That's all I got. That's all I have for you. So I hope you enjoyed my Exuding Kindness videos. You know, it's like I said at the beginning of this series of videos, as much as it's important to remember and to have a special time to remember kindness, we really should be doing it all the time and not just during a special time like Lent, which is when I was doing these videos. But of course, like I said, I fell off of the bandwagon of daily videos because of life and work and everything in between. But I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you got out of them what you needed to get out of them. I definitely got out of them what I needed to get out of them. I really enjoyed coming and talking to you periodically and interacting and having those kind interactions and seeing everything that you all were doing for kindness and getting to share in some kindness myself. And I really, really enjoy what this channel has turned into and what I hope to continue doing on this channel going forward. I don't know when I'm going to film again, probably in a week or so, but I don't want to guarantee that because I don't know when I'm going to get back onto the stitching. I don't know when I'm going to turn my stitching mojo back on. I don't even know if I'm going to craft tonight. I really don't know. After I get this video up, I'm going to go make a frozen pizza and I'm going to relax because that's what I feel like doing. So until we see each other again, continue to share kindness. And as always, don't forget to always, and I truly mean always, be creative.